Welcome in, my dear ones. Psychic Mia here from Spiritual Society. All about your soulmate, everything you need to know. We are going to go in depth today. We're going to take a look at your soulmate. We're going to be pulling from this deck for them about their personality, what they're going through right now, what they're going to be like as a partner. We're going to take a look at you and what we need to know about you, if you have any blocks, what you're going through, what your heart needs to know about you. And we're going to take a look with a separate deck about this relationship of the two of you together. So our mission here is to help guide you to unblock your energy through spiritual practices like tarot readings so you can live your most aligned life. I want you to feel drawn to pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, or pile 4. Let yourself dip into your intuition. Release anything you don't need. Take a nice breath and let yourself choose a pile right now. Welcome in, my card 1. Go ahead, release and let go and let yourself land and arrive. Everything you need to know about your soulmate. We're going to go into all kinds of details today. And if you feel drawn to this kind of material, go ahead and subscribe now if you haven't already. And that lets us know to do more of this kind of content. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with our anchor card. Everything you need to know about your soulmate. So our first card is the Six of Swords, and this tells us that your soulmate has been moving on from something. He's in a transitional period. He's been actively moving away from either, our swords get into a mental space, so mentally letting go of a past heartbreak, of something that meant a lot to him, this is a little bit of a cold journey at the moment that he's moving away from. So let's go ahead and take a look at some more cards. I want to pull some more cards. We're going to pull a lot of cards today. So I really want to get into the details. I want to get really in depth here about your soulmate, about the two of you together, about you and what you need to know about your journey right now. I want to know all of the things, but we're going to pull some general cards right now. The Ace of Cups, letting the cards decide what we need to know at the moment. The King of Wands reversed. I have the Nine of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles, the Five of Wands, and I have the Knight of Wands. So getting started here, the card's telling us, getting us started on some information and a story beginning here. So this is so interesting. So your soulmate has been moving away from something, moving on, letting go of something, but his heart is getting ready to be open. His heart is being ready for a nice overflow of abundance. The cup's getting into those feelings and emotions, and this is a real overflow. Joy and abundance and love. He's ready to open his hands for this. So this is a fast transition. And this means that he could really be coming in soon. If he isn't already, he might already be in, but he might still be just making that heart and mental transition. If you have been seeing someone that you're like, this is the person, and they're just not completely open to you yet, this could be why. Now, we also have the King of Wands reversed. So I'm feeling like he's not in his complete seat of power. He's in a place where he's feeling a little stuck, a little stagnant. He's an assertive person, a driven person, a lit up person. He's got a lot of passion and fire within him. And normally that sits in a real seat of power. But right now that's kind of in a state of stagnation where he can't really move forward as fast and as furiously as he wants to. So he's kind of just stalled out. And this card, gets into that fire energy, gets into that growth energy. So there's something that's not really moving for him that way yet. Now, we also have the Nine of Pentacles, and I'm seeing this as a vision of this kind of life that he wants to lead. Now, the Pentacles often do get into money and finances and sort of a decadence and a luxury, and this gets into sort of a confirmation of of things coming in. And I feel like he's been working really hard towards having things, and he has this vision of wanting to provide for you. This, this soulmate that he's been searching for, that he's opening his heart up to now, he's working towards creating a life full of abundance that he can really shower you in as time goes on. And really also getting into that feeling where he wants to be this person of generosity, to be able to give, to be able to shower you and all the people he loves and family with abundance, with money, with material goods, being able to take care of the needs of the people around him. So very motivated and driven by finances, but stalled out a little bit because our wands often do get into career and passion and purpose. Stalled out a little bit on the actual doings of career, but has a really deep seat for it. So it is generally a very successful person, just stalled out in this moment, but is generally extremely successful. Now, this could get into why this sort of stall is happening as well. There's this competitiveness around him. He feels like he's in the middle of a bit of a battle, like competing for what he wants, competing for the things he's the most passionate about. In this space where that might not be the best space where he's able to come looking for you, able to really open up that space to fire the pathway forward. He is letting go of stuff, so that is something as well. But there's also this little bit of competition that he's in, this swell of activity that's keeping him sort of locked in and his attention diverted and focused in that area. Now, the Knight of Wands also pops up here, and the Knight of Wands is a nice, fiery, forward-moving card, and I love that he is sort of starting to embark on this new space. So it's not full power, full force of what he's used to, but there's something new for him right now. There's something new that's taking him off in a new direction. And this could be starting a new job, starting a new career, walking into something that's new, something that's very passionate for him, but sort of finding his way. It's a new area for him, something that's not as well-trodden a path as it has been in the past for him. So he hasn't been able to sit into that full seat of power. Now, I do want to start a new deck of cards. So I'm going to start on our gold deck of cards because I want to pull some cards for the two of you together. So let's get started on some information about the two of you together and what that looks like. So first of all, we have the Two of Pentacles, and I'm feeling like the two of you are going to have to really make some decisions about priorities. What is the priority? Especially, I am feeling this in a financial way, and I am feeling this as a, maybe you spend money differently, maybe you think of money and wealth and abundance differently, and that's going to be something that you juggle a little bit and that you're going to have to figure out, something that could cause problems if you don't figure it out. Now we also have the Seven of Pentacles. So where money has been a real focus, and especially for him right now on, gaining the wealth, gaining the ability to be a real giver and to be really generous, there's also something where money, things are really coming together and abundance happens, but it doesn't actually provide everything that is desired. So the desired outcome isn't really as financial as it had felt in the beginning of the expectation of what money could do and what finances and wealth and luxury could do. It falls a little bit short there. Let's go ahead and keep pulling. So we have the Six of Wands reversed. Now remember, this is a separate deck, so we have the ability to pull duplicate cards. This isn't a duplicate card, but we do have the ability to pull duplicate cards. This is also getting into the Wands. There's a lot of Wands energy associated with him. He's really in a house of fire. He's in a real passion, purpose mode. That is his way of handling the world. He really lives in it. He moves forward aggressively towards what he wants. So I'm feeling right away that as you begin your journey with this person, it's going to feel stalled out a little bit. It's going to feel like, oh, this isn't going to come together. You're going to possibly second guess that you too are going to successfully make it to the end result that you want, to marriage, to a bigger, deep commitment. There's going to be a feeling like, I'm not really sure that this is going there. I'm not really sure that we're going to win this one, but it is going to come around. It's just that there will be some feelings of that in the beginning. So don't be afraid of those feelings if they pop up for you. Now, I'm also getting the Star reversed. And the Star reversed tells me that there might be an impetus for you to dim yourself down. And this might just be from past beliefs, past situations where past partners have asked for a refined, filtered version of you that's not your fullest self, not your fullest potential, not your shiniest, brightest, most vulnerable self, where you feel like you have to hide information, you have to be a bit secretive. So this is really sort of coming through as a warning for me that you need to really sit into who you are, sit into your essence, and not be afraid to be vulnerable with the all of who you are. Because that's going to be important for this to move forward. It's also going to be important for you to feel the depth of this relationship the way that it is meant to be felt. And of course, I think you would get there eventually no matter what. But right from the outset, you might have the inclination to just dim yourself down, hide things away, keep the things that you feel that you've been taught are more unlovable to yourself. And that's not going to be beneficial for you. Even if you felt that from past relationships or from a specific past relationship where you might have felt too much, like you were exposing too much of yourself and that wasn't received well, you're going to have to do some letting go of that in order to fully let yourself shine here and let yourself fully shine as who you truly are. So this can really turn into the fullest version of soulmateship that it can. And again, I do think you would get there eventually no matter what, but you don't have to take all that time to get there. You can start from the outset, really, instead of falling back to this space. Now we have the Seven of Wands. So there also might be this feeling of, and I'm feeling this in the beginning of your relationship, that there might be a feeling where he's really juggling some career stuff. And of course, we're back in the wands. We're back into this, growth, passion, purpose, career energy. And I'm feeling like he might be really struggling to hold his ground for a second, to stay in his power, but also just to sort of stay afloat. This might be a new journey into a new career, some new things coming up. And there might be a little bit of uncertainty and insecurity. So if he really is diving into work and sweating over it and spending a whole lot of extra time with it, that's why. It's not because it's preferential to being with you. It's not because of anything else. It's no indication on you at all. It's just that he's trying to maintain his equilibrium, his status quo. He's trying to make sure that he thrives there because it's also his dominant house. That's his dominant space of being. And now we have the Six of Swords popping back up. So our Six of Swords is where we started. So it looks like he'll still be in a space of letting go here. Now you might also be in a space of letting go here, that you might both enter this relationship where you're both still releasing past relationships, past hurts, past things that are no longer serving you, that are uncomfortable to let go of and a little bit sad to let go of. So there is this journeying forward, and it's okay if that's a process. That doesn't dim down what you have. That doesn't diminish the soulmateship that you are walking into. It's okay if it takes a little bit longer than that feeling of love at first sight. It's okay that this could be a little bit of a journey that you might have to walk into and let it journey forward. Okay, so now we're also getting the Five of Pentacles. This is interesting. So I'm not feeling of this as an actuality that there will be any needs of finances, that you're going to actually be in any way needy or impoverished in any way. I think that you are going to be just fine financially, but there is this, there's this change, this stuff that's growing, the career things that are happening here. And there might be this fear, this sort of deep-rooted fear. And I'm feeling this sort of in both energies, but I'm feeling this also, I feel like this is a deeper seed for him, where finances are really important. The feeling of abundance is really important. Feeling like he can provide and take care of is really important. And there might be this underlying fear that you won't have enough, that it's going to it's going to lead to these kind of, deep lack feelings of not being able to adequately provide. So that's something really important to be aware of for you, especially as you are, interacting, and, your beliefs that you show on the surface, what you are responding with, and how you're interacting with the feeling of, money. And especially if we get into that juggling of money, if you love to spend, or if you guys are on different pages a little bit, a little bit of grace around that, just because this is that sort of deep fear. So letting that sort of be okay to compromise until things are really sort of taking off and moving into the solid power seat of moving forward, where everything, all the fears are allayed, and everything feels safe and secure. And then we also have strength, and I got an immediate sense, an immediate feeling of calm as I pulled this card over. And this is a beautiful card to pull. I feel very deeply that there is something deep, strong, and rooted at the base of this relationship. It's not going anywhere. There is going to be a point at which you realize this as well, but it's beautiful to know it now from the outset, that there is a core here that is unshakable, unmovable. It is extremely powerful, peaceful, able, and capable, no matter what comes, no matter what happens, that you will be there for each other. And that this is much stronger than any mini fights, much stronger than any little disagreements, or underlying fears, or things that pop up that shake things up for the two of you. This is something that is really solid, deep down solid. Really sets into that knowing that it is all going to be okay. That peace and that solid foundation will take you extremely far, and will also really help in the knowing of, as you move through things, as things feel difficult, if something comes up that's a little tricky, you've got this. And you can have a calm sense of peace around it and strength around it, knowing that, this person is a person as well. This is a human being, as are you. You have some deep-rooted fears and insecurities and things that will flare up occasionally. And that's okay. That's not going to diminish the strength of your relationship. It's not going to diminish the foreverness of your relationship, the continuation of your relationship. It's just something that's flaring up, and that's okay. Okay. Now I do want to move into you and what you need to know about you, what the cards can tell us about what is popping up in your energy right now. First of all, I just want the cards to take us on the journey. What do we need to know? Okay, so we are pulling a duplicate card. So this is interesting. We have the Seven of Pentacles, and this might be stemming that feeling of having, of abundance, that pops up. That's like, okay, this maybe isn't delivering everything that I thought that it would. And some of that might be in your energy. So I want you to evaluate the way that you feel about money, how you want to spend money, what your relationship with abundance and money is. And that feels like that's going to be important for you in this relationship. But it will be important for you as a human being as well. Let's continue on. What else do you need to know about you? Wow, I'm really getting some Pentacles energy here for you. So you might have some really deep concerns and feelings about money. And there might be some things that are coming up for you around money right now, which is interesting because you both have some deep feelings about money. Which makes perfect sense. Money is important. Abundance is important. Taking care of your needs, feeling safe is important. And I want you to evaluate if you feel like a little bit of a lack mentality when it comes to finances and it comes to money. That there's some part of you that feels like, oh, if I open up my arms to this, Am I going to lose it all? Am I going to be able to get any more? Is there going to be another flow? Is there, another avenue, another stream of money? I want you to see if you can step into your abundance mind and your abundance heart and let yourself open up your arms a little bit here. This is a little bit of a hoarding card. I'm not saying, like go off and like spend all your money. Just this feeling of like, hey, are you grasping? Are you feeling like some interesting, deep feelings around money? And this might be the moment to evaluate how your family handled money as a child, how you were coached and trained and by society and by your relatives, by your close people, your best friends, previous relationships, your feelings about money, how you feel about it and how you interact with it on a day-to-day basis and in a big way. All right, now we have the 5 of Swords. So I'm feeling like somebody hurt you, somebody took something from you. And I know we have this moving on that's happening for both of you really in this relationship as you move into this. And this might be part of what you're moving on from. This might be a previous relationship. This might be something that really scarred you. This might be just a previous event, something traumatic, something that was really awful and felt terrible. Like really getting into that. I mean, the Swords gets into the thought space and the head space, but I'm feeling this also as that kind of, sword wound, that it's sharp and painful and hurtful and is very difficult for you to let go of. And I feel like this is still very much alive within you, and there is some letting go that needs to happen here, and some processing, some healing, and perhaps some forgiveness. I was reading a quote this week, and I think I was reading it just for you. And the quote was that, we forgive not for the other person, but for yourself. Because if you are holding on to that, you can only go so far. It's heavy. It's hard to move with that. We forgive so that you can move on, so that you can let go, so that you can move forward. So there might be something in there that you need to forgive of someone else, forgive in yourself, even if it wasn't truly your fault, even if you just harbor the feeling of it, that you feel like you have to be forgiven of something. Breathe with me. Just breathe for a moment. I'd like to know more about that. I would like to know more about what you need to let go of and how you can begin doing that. How you can begin to heal that. What do we need to know? And the 10 of Wands is a beautiful card of completion. So interestingly, in order to start bringing this to a healing space where you can let go, there is a part of you that needs to succeed at something you're working on right now. You might be working toward, I think you probably have a feeling of what it is immediately. You're working towards something you really want. You've been working hard at it, sweating over it. It's been difficult. It's been tricky. It's been challenging, but you've been moving forward with it over and over and over again. And you are close to bringing it to completion. And whatever that thing is, I want you to bring it to completion. Let it land. Win this. Finish this. Bring this home. This is going to help you with this healing. And these two things don't have to be correlated at all, but somehow they are related. Somehow the one will affect the other of your being able to move forward. Okay. Now, I want to know what you need to know about, I really do want to get into this abundance and this money, this money aspect. I want to know what you need to know about money, about just what you need to know about money. Let's find out. So there's something that needs to be completely let go of. Now, this is interesting because our beliefs about everything, but when we get into our beliefs about money and we get into our beliefs about anything, the hardest beliefs to let go of, to die to put to rest, the ones that can do us the most harm are the ones we don't even know we have, because we've accepted them as a truth and we live by them as a truth. So we don't even know to reevaluate that they might not be a truth. So this is a big ask, but there is something that you need to lay to rest, that you need to let go of in the financial world, of your belief system around money and abundance. So there's something that you're going to have to die to let go of completely. And it might take you some work to get down to the root of what that is. Let's pull a card for that, though, too, about how you can find out what that is, about what you have to let go of. The Fool. And the Fool, so the Fool as a card is the beginning of the entire journey. It's this beautiful open arms. I want to pull our attention back to the very closed arms of the Four of Pentacles. This is very open-armed. It's very adventurous. It's going out, even with a sense of naivete. Like, you know, come what may, this could hurt, this could be great. But whatever happens, I'm open to it. Now, I am also feeling this coming through as a possible person in your world that you might need to talk to, or even just, you know, talk through in your head or out loud their relationship with abundance and with money. And there is some piece of information that your intuition will recognize as vital and important for you. So that is something that is coming up. I find that very interesting. Okay, let's go ahead, and I would like to pull a card. I would like to pull a card for getting your heart ready to be in this space. What you need to know about getting your heart ready to be in this space. What do you need to know about preparing to be with this person? The Knight of Pentacles. We're coming back to the Pentacles. Lots of stuff about getting into the worldly goods. So the Knight of Pentacles is rolling in, and this is a very, picking up some of this energy for yourself feels right to me. This is a consistent card. It is a reliable card. It shows up. This is those attributes in your life around finances and money, being reliable, being you know, every day, being consistent, being regular, being calculated, being able to have a plan and stick to the plan, being the kind of person who's resourceful and just really shows up, that you really show up for yourself financially. If there's something you need to do, if there's a plan you need to make, if there's help you need to get in order to get to that space where you feel like, I know exactly where my money is going, I know how I'm spending it, I know I'm consistent in this way, I save in this way, this is the time to do it. And that can be like the not most luxurious, fun thing to hear, but it also, even as I say the words, creates a sense of safety and security and a feeling of abundance, because it's coming in, it's flowing in. Okay, I am feeling this card. I'm not feeling this card around money. This is something that's just coming out and popping up. So let's see what it is. So we have the Moon also popping up for you, and the Moon is full of secrets, hidden truths, things that need to come out into the light. So there is something in your, and I feel a little relation to our star reversed, that part of you that wants to hide aspects of yourself and dim yourself down. And this feels like an asking of things to come up from the truth of your being. What do you need to recognize as a truth? What do you need to see? What do you need to unearth and bring to the light? What do you need to honor, to point out that this thing is a part of me, and I've been hiding this aspect of myself because maybe somebody did tell me it was unlovable, or maybe I made an assumption about it, or whatever it is. I want you to really dig in and bring up the darkness and the light, all of the things. But the secret things, the things you hold close to the chest that you don't like to share, I want you to bring those up for yourself and take a real look at those, because there's something precious there. There's something precious that is hidden within you, deep in your core, in your being. Okay, I would also like to ask the cards, we're going back to our gold deck, so we're looking at the two of you together. I'd also like to ask the cards about how this can unravel for you, what this is going to look like, how this can unravel for you, what we need to know about that. Oh, and I feel just joyfulness, the emotions of the cups, getting into joy and happiness, and really having laughter and fun, and feeling like it's an adventure, feeling like this is the person that you have the most fun with, you enjoy being with the most. Everything feels like an adventure. It feels like a celebration, Wonderful dinners and wonderful treks and wonderful laughter and good sense of humor between the two of you. And we have the King of Pentacles really coming in with the Pentacles still. So not only does this person have this King of Wands power within them, where they're determined and they're moving forward and they have that unstoppable energy, that fire energy, but they also have this provider energy. So this person is going to end up having this real sense of, this is a great fatherly energy where they want to take care of, grow, a great sort of family energy of consistency and being really reliable, and just a wonderful divine masculine energy to come in. This is going to be good. This is going to be good. I want to pull two more cards in this same vein, asking these same questions. So we also have the Ace of Pentacles with the Pentacles. New opportunities, new things are going to be flowing to you. There will be an incredible abundance in your life, both for earthly things, but also for things of great value. The things you value the most will be offered to you with open hands if you open your hands to them. This is something beautiful between the two of you, that you're going to be blessed. Beautiful things are going to fall right to you. Beautiful opportunities, new things coming in all the time. Okay, and one more card. Let's see what we have here. And we have the Eight of Pentacles. Oh my goodness. Well, with this Pentacles energy, there is also an assiduous growing towards. So this is a cumulative card of sort of showing up every day. And I feel it's very much in this relationship that you both are going to really show up for each other. Remember our strength card over here, that core of the relationship is so strong. You both are going to be reinforcing this relationship continuously, adding worth and wealth to this relationship. And this also, I think that you'll be financially abundant, but I also think this is really just an adding value, where what you do every day consistently builds the relationship. It reinforces over and over again, creating that strength, that inner core of something that is really priceless, really beautiful. Now, I do also want to pull a few oracle cards for you. So this is really for you specifically, about what you should be leaning into, the energies and advice that you need for you to move forward towards being in this place where this soulmateship can flourish and take place. So what it is that you need to be working on right now. So right now, the cards are telling you this: have faith. It is not always easy to have faith and trust that everything is going to be okay. Yet still you must do exactly that, because when you have faith, your life will begin to flow in magical ways that you never imagined were possible. Have faith that everything is coming together. Have faith. Oof, yes. Okay, now I wanted to pull a Divine Feminine card to look at the energy that you should be stepping into right now. What is going to help you to grow the most, to get where you want to be in a place where this can all come together exactly the way that you hope and dream your greatest desires. This card is just sticking out for me. So let's go ahead and Pull this card over. Mirabai, the saint of true freedom. Love is what sets me free. I am married to my own soul. That is so beautiful. In order to be in this space, for you to bring all of this together with your soulmate, you also need to be in a space of love right now. And let it set you free and be married to your own soul. Be so committed to yourself. Be so committed, and everything that you hope to have with a shared with a soulmate, bring to the relationship you have with yourself as well. Yes. Okay, I'm going to do one more oracle card pull for you for any divine information. This is an ancestor and angel deck. So whatever we need to know from your ancestors, from angels, from guides, let's see what information is coming through, what advice is coming through. Divine guidance, moon. Take note of intuitive messages. We pulled the moon card over here as well. Take note of intuitive messages. Notice what is downloading for you intuitively, but also notice what comes up for you intuitively regarding this inner truth, that deep core of what you're pulling up, any secrets, anything that is hidden away, that is within your deep truth. All right, my dear one. You have so much to digest. You have so much to take heed of, to take notes on, to tap into your intuition with. If you feel this, if you want to claim this and you want to own this, I'm feeling let's drop some crowns below. I'm feeling that for this King of Wands energy, this King of Pentacles energy, this royal feeling of coming and sitting down into a space of power with your beloved, this destiny, that this royalty that you are joining in with, that you are joining hands with. My dear one, I am sending you off into the world with so much love, so much light, until I see your precious self again. Mwah. Mia. Welcome in, my card to land and arrive. Everything you need to know about your soulmate. All about your soulmate. We're going to get a huge picture today. Your soulmate, you together, you. We're going to take a look at all of the information. And if you love readings like this one, go ahead and subscribe now if you haven't already. Doing that helps us, let us know that you love content like this and will help us to create more. So let's get started. Let's go ahead and turn over our anchor card and see what we have. So first of all, we have the Judgment card, and I'm feeling very much that your soulmate right now is in the process of making some really important decisions, some really important judgments that are going to affect the trajectory of their life. They're in a decision-making phase, but I'd like to know more about that, and I'd like to get some more information about what's going on in their world, just anything that the cards want us to know about them. So let's start with that. We're just going to start with a blank slate, no specific question, just what you need to know about your soulmate. What is coming up in the energy field that we need to know? We have Strength. We have the Hierophant. We have the Two of Swords, and we have the Emperor. We have the Nine of Wands. We have the Knight of Wands. Some real fire energy popping up here. Oh my goodness, we have the 10 of Wands. Really rocking that Wands energy. Wow, so interesting. Yeah, and then we have the 8 of Wands. So we have a lot of Wands energy over here on the left side that you'll notice. This is very interesting. We also have, 3 cards from the Major Arcana over here on the right side. Only one, from the minor, that's the Sword. So really stepping into this Wands energy, stepping into this fire energy. So right away, I'm feeling that their energy is fiery. They've got a lot of passion, purpose, drive. This is the kind of person you take notice of. They have that divine masculine energy, and they are just trucking forward in their life. No obstacles getting in the way. They are moving forward no matter what. They have a real grit to their personality. They get back in the game. They get back up after a fall. There is a part of them that is truly unstoppable and truly moving forward in life. Now, We know that they're making some big decisions right now. And I'm feeling already the pull of this Two of Swords, because the Two of Swords is very much a decision-making card. It's sort of the decision not to make a decision. They've been holding on something. They haven't made a decision about something that's very important. So there's something in their world right now that's going to really affect which way they go, but they haven't made a decision on it yet. And they've sort of decided not to decide for the time being. And that might be the case until otherwise, until you're a part of this story. So this is someone that you either have not met who is coming into your world. This could be somebody that you have met. This could be somebody that you are currently seeing or in a relationship with. A lot of these things are going to compound upon each other. So it's, even if you're in something that's stalled out and they happen to be your soulmate, this can accumulate as it goes, as things filter out and you get the clarity. So let's find some information. We're starting off with the Strength card and the Hierophant card. And this is telling me that this is a tenacious person. They have a real inner drive and a real inner core of determination, knowing, and they're peaceful when they do it. This is some really divine masculine energy popping up here, even through the Emperor. I mean, we really have just a lot of divine masculine energy. There is something very driven about this person, very action-oriented, very forward-moving. Now, also with the Hierophant, this is telling me that there's a part of them, and the Hierophant can really get into a couple of different aspects. This could get into religion. This could get into societal norms. This could get into learning and higher education. They could be in a learning phase of their life. They could be finishing some type of school. They could also just be following a spiritual path or looking for higher guidance and wisdom. So this is like sort of some seeking, but also possibly some traditions that they want to live their life by. But there's a real inner strength to this person that I think will immediately catch your notice and will be immediately attractive to you. There's something very attractive about this person's essence and core and personality already that's really showing up for us. This not making a decision is also popping up, but we also have the Emperor here, and the Emperor is very powerful. This is a very strong presence. This is the kind of person you want to ask questions to. They can sometimes be a little controlling. They could sometimes be extremely dominant in a way that's, like you have to sort of hold your own and have your voice and really, keep cultivating your own presence as well, because they have such a strong presence. And they have a lot of things that they've done very well. They're really good at putting those things forward. They're really good at showing you how well they've done and all of the things that they've accomplished throughout their life so far. They have a really good way of projecting that. They have a very, they kind of keep manifesting more beautiful things and more successes because they've been so successful so far. And they're also so good at living in that feeling of success. Now, we also have the Nine of Wands popping up, which tells me that this person has been hurt recently. They have been, wounded. This could be a heart wounding. This could be a career wounding. This could be a pride wounding. But something knocked them down. But they're in the process right now of stepping back into the ring. They cannot stay down for too long. That is not part of their personality. They're not the kind of person who gets knocked out and that's the end of the fight. They get hit and it hurts and it's not fun, but they're ready to get back up into this fight. They're ready to take it back up. And now the Wands energy is very fiery. It is very growth oriented as well. You'll notice there are buds coming off of all of the wands. This is very growth oriented energy. They're a very growth oriented person, which I feel fits with you really well. Now, let's go ahead and just pull these three other cards over, because we are really rolling into this Wands energy. This is a person who is gonna really sort of take you by surprise in a lot of ways. We have the Knight of Wands popping in, and I feel like there's just a force of nature kind of disposition going on here, where it will feel very hard for you to deny anything going on between you. You will feel the palpability of this energy rolling in, picking you up and taking you with it. This is something that you can really just ride along with. Now, this person also is very success driven. They really bring things home, and this person is in the process of really bringing something home right now. They are on like a new project or something that's very important though, because it is showing up in the cards. There's some importance here to this, that perhaps as soon as this is sort of landed for them, this like is all coming home for them, that is the moment where they can move forward and level up in a relationship standpoint, or like really start to open up their eyes and look around them, that they've been so focused on this one thing, accomplishing this task, this goal that they've had, and they're so close to finishing it. And that is the moment where, even if you were already in their life right now, that you might not have gotten the responses you wanted or gotten the attention that you needed, because they're still really driving this one thing home. They're really focused on this one thing, but that thing is about to land. They're about to be very successful with that right now. Now, the Eight of Wands popping up is, you might know, this is a very fast moving energy. This is a lean in energy. So there is something about this person where you won't have to do all that much. Once they're ready and it's landed, and they're in a space where they're ready to turn their focus on you and the relationship, and they're in that sort of stable space, they're going to move quickly. They're going to move quickly, and they're going to make it so that all you have to do is lean in. All you have to do is flow with it. You can just let this wave take you away. You can just let this roll you right into the space where you want to be, which is pretty beautiful. You're not going to have to struggle. You're not going to have to try to do too much. It's going to be a very pick you up and take you with it kind of energy. Now, I want to pull our pink deck because I want to go to you first for this reading. I want to take a look at what you need to know first, and then we're going to take a look at you together. So right now, I just want to see what's going on in your world that you need to focus on in order to bring this to fruition, in order to be in a space where you can also be in a soulmate space. So first of all, I'm seeing that there is some heartbreak popping up here. So there is something that you need to handle. There's something that's still very much in your core, in your essence, in your energy, in your being. So that's something that shouldn't be ignored and that should be dealt with. If you need to grieve something, grieve it. If you need to get help moving on from this, do that. There is a space to recognize that it's there. How much you need to do about it, let's find out. So let's see what else we need to know about you right now. The Sun. And the Sun is telling me that you have an inner core of positivity and warmth. And you're also a real powerhouse. You bring the Sun with you wherever you go. And I feel like as part of this, with the heartbreak that's still in your aura and essence, moving on from that, part of that is to really sit into your radiation. And I really think that part of this is also being around people. I think that you should encourage yourself to get out into the world, be amongst other people, community, commune, getting into a space where you can laugh, you can be lit up, you can move forward with the help of support around you. And there is something just warm about being with other people as well. And let yourself shine. Let yourself be your shiniest, brightest self. Sit into that. Let yourself really sit into that. Now I'm pulling the Strength card for you too, and that makes sense. So this is a totally separate deck. We can pull duplicate cards, and your soulmate has that inner core of strength. But not only does your soulmate have that inner core of strength, you also possess that inner core of strength. So I am feeling a different energy off of you already, that you are going to be, this feels like it's going to be a balance, that this soulmateship is, this is some divine masculine energy. You're bringing in some divine feminine energy. But you will, at your core, you will both be incredibly resilient human beings, so strong, with so much fortitude, so much ability to just really move forward. You really have a beautiful essence about both of you that will be so beneficial in your life together, in your relationship together, moving forward together. And we have the 10 of Pentacles here as well. So I'm also feeling like maybe this feels a little daydreamy to me. This is a sort of generational wealth card of generosity and passing down wealth. So I am feeling this a little bit of a daydreaminess about where you can be at a space to give to all of those that you love and to be with somebody you love where you two can give together. And this feels a bit like your perfect relationship of what it is that you want, how you want to be in that, and how you want to have a family, and how you want to interact with the people you love the most. And that can be any type of family. That can be found family. That can be whatever that looks like or whatever that is. Just this real warmth and real givingness that I think is being really cultivated, and the seeds are planted within you for that growth. And our pentacles get into a lot of growth energy too. There's a lot of growth happening, things building, abundance happening. And this is a card of completion. So it's sort of like taking a look at that end game. And if you haven't done that yet, where you haven't really looked at what it is that you desire, what is the outcome that you really want, what is that the destiny of that love, what is the life around you look like, I want you to imagine that. Take time today to just let yourself imagine. And you can do that while you're doing dishes. You can do that at any time, but feel yourself overflow with that feeling of joy and peace and happiness and givingness and the feeling of having this wealth around you. Now we also have the Wheel of Fortune, and this is telling me that there's a cycle of your life that is ending and there is a new cycle beginning. And no matter what has happened, even if it has been difficult and hard, it is also a time to celebrate your victories within this cycle. It's time to look at what you've accomplished, what you've done, what you've been through, and to really pat yourself on the back and just high five yourself all over the place for what you've done, what you've accomplished, how you've handled yourself, how you've managed things. You've done good. You have done well. And it's time to celebrate that. And it's also time to prepare and clear for a fresh new beginning. And that makes sense. This feels like this is getting to a fresh new beginning. And that feels like it's happening soon. So prepare yourself, clean yourself up. And I mean that like energetically, clear out anything that needs to be cleared out. Make sure that you've got the seeds that you want to harvest within you, that you have the right feelings and emotions, the right things that are coming up for you, that you're living with day to day. Okay, now we're going to pull one more card without any questions, and I'm pulling the Star. And the Star is telling me, you really do, you have some very divine feminine energy popping up here. It's telling me that you have this vulnerability, you have this openness, you shine. People notice your shine. Your person is going to notice your shine. It's undeniable. Keep being the essence of you. Keep being who you are. Don't hide that away. Don't dim that down. Don't change that around. Let yourself be fully and completely you. Let yourself keep giving the way that you give. It's beautiful and it's wonderful. Do set boundaries. Take care of yourself as needed. Make sure that you are doing the self-care you need to do, and that you are being able to express your emotions, your feelings, what's coming up for you. Okay, now I want to ask about any blocks that are coming up for you. So if there are any blocks, if there's anything we need to know about, anything that might be blocking you from moving forward, from heartbreak that's still in your aura, in your essence, from anything, what is it that we need to know? So Temperance is popping up as a block, which means there might be something out of balance in your life right now. And I would really encourage you for just a moment, take a second and breathe into this. What feels out of balance for you? What feels out of balance for you? And this could be doing too much of one thing. This could be a bad habit that's gotten out of control. This could be anything from spending to eating to worrying to negative self-talk to if there's anything that's really popping up for you right now that you're like, that really is getting out of control in my life right now, that thing is acting as a block for you. So that does need to be handled. And you have the strength, you have the fortitude, you have the ability, you have the power to handle it. This is completely within your control. You have this. This isn't something beyond you, I promise you. So let yourself own that. Let yourself sit into whatever truths you need to sit into and really listen to your intuition. Listen to your inner guidance on how to move forward on handling this block. What else do we need to know about anything that might be blocking you? Is there anything else we need to know about anything that might be blocking you? Now, interesting, we have the Hierophant popping up for you. So this is a duplicate card. This person has the Hierophant in their spread. But this is popping up as a block for you. So my feeling is that this is a person perhaps who has really specific ideas about how you should be living your life. A person who has really specific societal, norms or religious preferences, or even just really intellectualizing things, and has a really specific, and this person might not even be in your life anymore, but their voice might still be in your head. And whatever this is, whatever that pressure is to live your life in any certain way that doesn't feel authentic to you, that is acting as a block. So you do have to reevaluate, are these thoughts, are these things that come up that I decide that I'm gonna move this way and look for a partner at this space, and are those things truly yours? Are they authentically from you and from within you? Or are they coming from a person you grew up with, a parent, or religious institution that you no longer feel completely aligned with, or a previous love that had really specific ideals on how you should be living your life? Just really evaluate that, sit with that, notice what comes up for you. This would be a wonderful time to make a little list of any items that really pop up for you. I now am going to pull our gold deck, and we're going to see what things come up for the two of you together. So this is going to be a look at this relationship. So you and your soulmate getting to a space where you two are together and you're moving forward. You've overcome any blocks that need to be overcome. You're on a path that's moving forward. What does that look like? What does that look like? And remember, with tarot readings, everything is a map of where you are right now in this moment, at this time, what the energy looks like. You always have choice. You always have the freedom of free will. You're a beautiful, glorious human being. You get to choose what happens and where you get to go. Okay, now we have the World. I love the World. The World's a beautiful card. Sometimes this figure in the center is called the Dancer. This is I really just feel like this could be absolute power coupledom, where you feel like you have everything. They feel like they have everything. You guys feel like you're the luckiest people in the world, and you feel like you could take on anything. And you just have this own little microcosm, your own little world itself that you can live within, and you just love what you create together, that you create this space. You create something beautiful together, and it feels so special, so unique to the two of you, so wonderful and powerful, so strong, so able. Okay, now we're also pulling the Two of Wands. And the Two of Wands is telling me that you might also really have a proclivity for traveling, for stepping out into the world, for adventuring, for getting outside of yourselves, for seeing things from a new perspective. And this could also be adventuring in other ways, where you adventure in your everyday lives, you have fun, everything sort of becomes its own adventure, trying new things, going to new places, making new friends, seeing things from a new perspective, because you're bringing new movies in, and you're just really widening and broadening your horizons. And together, you're also both very brave. You're very courageous. You're really always ready to step out and greet the world, to be in the world. Okay. And seeing what else the cards have for us for the two of you together. And we have the Nine of Pentacles. So this life that you have, remember, we pull the Ten of Pentacles for you, this vision that you have, which maybe you even just went back to take another look at the vision that you want for yourself, what it is that looks like, what that abundance really looks like. That is what your life is going to mirror very closely. You're going to really get what you want. You're going to really have this abundance in your life. Things are going to feel like you're getting it all. It is luxurious. It is beautiful. You see beauty all around you. Things are good. Things feel financially well, able, stable, capable. It feels good. There's something really beautiful happening here. All right, let's see what else we've got for the two of you together. So we're also pulling up the Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords to me comes as a warning card a little bit, that you also, and this makes sense, when we're in something so deep, so wonderful, that you have a lot of vulnerabilities, and you will both have the ability to cut the other person in a way that no one else can. Yes, occasionally that is going to happen. There will be moments where you do fight, where things are not as easy, where some things hurt, and maybe they hurt even by not meaning to, just by virtue of you both, being who you are, that you're just leaning into your natural essence of you. But sometimes that comes off, and it can be a little bit painful, a little bit hurtful. So there will be times where things don't feel perfect, and that is okay. That is completely all right. And that you will have the power, and you know what I'm really feeling here too, is that you will have the power to destroy each other, but you will not destroy each other. That you will give the power to the other person. You are giving up all your vulnerabilities to the other person, and you'll protect and keep each other safe, but you are really giving over the power to each other. That there is a real trust that happens, because the ability is there. And we also have the Six of Cups coming up. And the Six of Cups is a beautiful card. I mean, it gets into nostalgia. It gets into that feeling of being home, childhood, things that feel warm and familiar. There's so much strength here between the two of you. There's so much, divine masculine, divine feminine energy that's rolling in here, and really, that you really balance each other out. But despite your being two very different human beings who have some similarities in their core, but also who are very different, you're still going to feel like home to each other. And there's a strong possibility that there are people from your past, and possibly people from their past, that, from your childhoods, from, whether it's siblings or parents, that you guys share some attributes with, that even make it easier for you to feel at home with this person, and for them to feel at home with you. That feels there's some familiarity there that's just sort of really deeply ingrained in you. Okay, let's see. Now we have the Ten of Pentacles. So remember, I was saying over here what was going to come up for you, what you have been dreaming of, what you have put together for yourself, of what that life looks like, that you want to have, the aspiration that you want to get to, feeling that feeling, getting to that space. That is what you're going to have. It will be luxurious and it will be filled with beautiful things. You'll see the beauty in all the things, but it also will very much mirror what you have imagined in your mind as what you want. So take the time to do that, because that is going to come true for you. Set that foundation, set that map down in your brain, in your body, in your energy field. Send that out, because that's coming to you. That exact thing is in your map already. Okay, I do want to pull one more card just like this, letting the cards tell us what the cards want to tell us. And then, okay, so first we have the Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands is popping up, and this makes me think the pages are messenger cards. So it's kind of like youthful messenger cards. The Wands get into power, passion, purpose, career. There's a lot of growth energy here too. This is a really great action, like moving forward with the Wands. Now, I am feeling this as a communication style for the two of you, that there will be you will both be very good at communicating to the other person how the love language, their love language, however that is, whatever the love language is, doesn't have to be in words, but you will be very good at communicating to each other. You will very much show up for each other that way. The communication will really be available to you, which is so important. Now, I do want to ask about any blocks that you two might have. If there's anything that could keep this from moving forward on a joint level, like if you start to move forward, you're getting into this, is there anything that could kind of like crack it before you really get to the space you want to be in? Is there anything that we need to know that might block you? Okay. Oh, weird. So we're pulling up the Hierophant. Now, this is the third time we're pulling the Hierophant. This is the only card we've pulled 3 times from 3 different decks. This person has this innately in their being a bit, so that could be the social norms, that could be the higher education, the learning, the wisdom-seeking spirituality, their seeking mind. Now, we know that we've pulled this as a block for you specifically already. So there might be something that there's an outside voice that is acting in your world and popping up and keeping you from being on your authentic path. And that is popping up as a block here for the two of you together. So I really, really, really do want you to take a moment here to just sit with that. That is some homework for you to take home, for you to do, to really sit with that and really think over, is there anything that pops up for me that is not part of me, that is something from someone else that I've been living, my life by, because that has the possibility of coming up and wedging between you here. And, there's a possibility that, some other aspects of, societal norms or some, triggers or something like that could pop up here too. Religious differences could pop up as a block here for you moving forward too. But since this has already popped up as a block for you, I feel like this very much could pop up here again for you, where you think, oh no, I can't move forward with this person because they don't match this quality that actually doesn't mean anything to you. It's just something you inherited from someone else about the way life is supposed to be, about what someone else thought was important, but that you don't actually think is important to you. It's not part of your core essence or your being, your true beliefs. Oh my. Okay, now I wanted to pull some oracle cards as well to get some divine wisdom for you about what you might need to know. So this is from our angel and ancestor deck. So I'm pulling a little divine guidance for you. This is for you specifically, about you getting to where you need to be. Lady, enjoy growth and reap rewards. And I love all the growth things going on here. The apple, the fruit, the bearing of fruit. Let yourself keep growing. And whatever pops up for you intuitively right now, when I say that, that's something that you should be following. The things that push you to grow the most. That's where I want you to find that. And this is so interesting because you do have all this divine feminine energy. So let yourself really lean into finding where that leads you to growing and reaping rewards, planting seeds that need to be planted for you. Now, I wanted to pull a card from our Divine Feminine deck as well to see what kind of divine feminine energy you need to sit into. What's going to help you to cultivate the best results? What's going to help you get to where you need to be right now for moving into this? And we have Our Lady of Guadalupe, the Empress of Protection. I am safe and divinely protected. I am held in love at all times. And this is for you. This is a message for you. Know that you are protected. Know that you are safe. You are divinely protected. You're held in love at all times. And I would like to give you a little extra homework. I would love for you to spend a moment imagining a space where you feel the safest. That could be wrapped up in a blanket, that could be wrapped up in the arms of an angel, that could be wrapped up in a nest. But I want you to imagine a space where you feel so divinely safe. And I want you to let yourself have this little safe space that you can go to in your mind at any time, to let yourself feel divinely protected, wrapped up, held, completely protected, completely safe. You don't have to stay there for very long. You can stay there for a minute. You just have this safe space available to you at any time whenever you need it. I want to pull one more oracle card for you as well. This is one more little bit of divine guidance coming in for you, specifically for you, of what you will help move you forward, get you to a place that you need to be in. Healing. Healing. Your body, mind, and soul are in a period of deep healing right now. And we pulled that heartbreak card as our very first card for your energy. You're going through many transformations at once, and you're being asked to allow yourself to receive the healing you need with open arms and an open heart. And if you feel that, open your hands right now to it. Open your body to it. Open your stance and your stature. Open your throat and your third eye. Open everything up to that right now. Let yourself just crack that open. And let yourself receive and receive and receive. And go back to your safe, protected space whenever you need it. My dear one, if you want to claim this, if you want to sit into this, if you feel motivated and driven to do the work that you might be called to do, let's go ahead. Let's drop a something that represents healing to you in the comments, in the emojis, as an emoji in the comments. You know, I love comments about this. I love hearing what you have to say, and I read all of the comments, even though I don't comment on all of the comments. I really would love to hear what you have to say if you feel vulnerable enough to share. I would love for you to drop something that represents healing, maybe like the doctor's stethoscope, or like maybe even, anything that represents healing. It could even be a little magical wand. I am sending you off for so much healing, to do some divine homework, to get to a space that feels really good for you, where you can sink into this. This is going to be wonderful, and I'm so excited for this, and I'm so excited to hear all about this. I am sending you off with so much love, so much light into your day and week until I see your precious self again. Mwah. Mia. Welcome in my card 3, land and arrive. Be here now. So we are taking a look at your soulmate, everything about them. We're finding out all kinds of juicy information about them, about you together, about what you need to know, and anything else that we can pick up. We're going to go really deep and do a nice deep dive. Also, if you love content like this, subscribe now if you haven't already. Subscribing lets us know that you love this, and we're going to keep on making more content like this. Okay, so let's see what we have. So our first card, our anchor card, is the Page of Wands. This person is, the pages are messenger cards. They're these youthful messenger cards. This card specifically is very energetic, very positive, very adventurous, interested, looking to grow, looking for new opportunities, excited, positive, joyful. This is a person that's got a lot of positive energy just sort of bubbling out of them. Let's go ahead and take a look at some more information. This also might be a person who falls in love quickly. This might be a person who is really open to it and really interested. Let's see what else we have for this person. So we have the Four of Swords. We have the Knight of Cups. We have the Two of Wands. We're letting the cards just really tell us what we need to know. So we're not asking too many questions yet. We also have the Magician. Lots of information coming in already. We have the Six of Swords. We have the Five of Swords. Lots of swords energy popping up for like a space that they're in, getting into that mental space, intelligence space, thought space, that airy space, the Ace of Cups. We have two cups showing up right now, two wands showing up right now. So an interesting person filling in for us here, and the Queen of Swords. So let's take a look at this. So this person, right away, I'm seeing that this person's been in a rest period. This person's been resting, holding back. Maybe they're recovering from something. They've been in a space where they're kind of pulled away. They're kind of recovering. They're kind of resting, regenerating. So maybe they haven't been participating in the world as much as they normally do. They have all this vivacity and this life within them that bubbles up. And sometimes that comes back to a space where, you know, they've used up a lot of energy. They've really attacked some big things. They've been going full speed, and they've been in a little bit of a rest and recovery. And even somebody full of all of that life can still get hurt and need some rest and recovery time, some mental space, some mental clarity, some time to see what needs to happen, what needs to be done. So they've been coming from a space where they kind of haven't really been in the world as much as they normally would. Now, the Knight of Cups is showing up, and this is telling me that this person, although they have this, you know, the wands get into that passion, purpose, career, movement, fire energy, they have all of those lovely qualities, but they also have this heart space. They have this feeling space. They're willing to offer up their heart. They're very open about it. This isn't going to be somebody that you have to pull something out of. Now, the person that we're talking about, they might be coming in. This could be a person who's already in your life, already in your world. It could be somebody you're seeing right now. This could be somebody from the past. And this person, some of these attributes are things that might not show up right away if they've been in a rest period, if they've been holding back, if you're not getting everything you need from them. This could still be that person. But these are the things that would be coming through underneath. So the things that are really showing up for you as they regenerate and as they come around. So this person really has a lot to offer. And a lot to offer in the heart way, which is, we really want that. We love that they're willing to really put their heart out there, to really risk being hurt, to risk the vulnerability of having feelings and emotions while still being in this lovely divine masculine energy. Now, we also have the Two of Wands, which makes perfect sense for this person. This person has an eye for traveling, seeing the world, an eye for a really bigger picture, seeing how everything fits together, wanting to dive in, be courageous, be brave. They're the kind of person who jumps into the pool first. You know, they're the kind of person who, the cold water is there and they kind of just jump right in, and they're up for it. They're up for the game. They're up for embarking out and taking on things that other people might be really afraid of or really scared of. And I have a feeling that that aspect of them is going to, trickle down to you as well and impact you in the way that you handle the world too. There's something about their bravery and their all-inness that sort of influences and magnetizes and inspires everyone around them, including you. They're also getting the Magician card, and the Magician card is a Master Manifestor card. This card is, this person has it all. They have the power to really have whatever it is they want. They have a real creation vibe where they say they want to do something, they say they want to, manifest something, they want to bring something about. And other people might just say that, but this person takes the tools, takes the action, and makes it happen. They have a make it happen attitude. And because they have this resourcefulness and they have this attitude and they have this action oriented being about them, they really just do make it happen. This is a good person to be with. Now, moving over, because we are getting into a space where we're seeing a little bit more about what this rest and recovery is coming from. So I would like to start with these two cards. So we have the Six of Swords and we have the Five of Swords. And these are two very different cards. But again, the swords really getting into that thought space, that head space, that mental space, that intelligence space. This is a space of moving on. So they've been doing this rest and recovery. This makes me get that feeling that it's coming from something heart related where something's really hurt them, really damaged them. Somebody's been really cruel to them. When we get into the Five of Swords, there's something a little brutal and cruel here that's very difficult, very challenging, can really have some staying power. But they're moving on from it. They're letting themselves slowly drift away from that. This is uncomfortable. It is not happy prancing out from something old and being completely unbroken and open, but it is decidedly moving forward. So there is something a little bit hurt in their aura and in their energy. And you probably will feel a little skittishness, in that first little bit of time as things are starting to build and climb together, that, there's a little trauma here. There's something that they're really moving away from in a pretty traumatic way. Now, their underwriting personality might mask a lot of that. So there's a possibility that they seem like they still have it all together. They're still so full of life because that's their sort of, their undercurrent that they always carry with them. But that is in there and it's pretty prominent right now. Now, we also have the Ace of Cups and we have the Queen of Swords. And I love seeing both of these cards. First of all, the Ace of Cups is new opportunities coming in. And the Cups, again, getting into that beautiful feeling, emotion, this overflow. They are getting to a space where they are truly open. And really, this person just has an open heart. They have a feeling, an ability to feel things deeply, to love deeply, to let all of the emotions take over, to express them, and to be open-handed about accepting what is coming in. So again, I really do get that feeling as a confirmation that this is not going to be something you're going to have to really pull out of them. There might be a little bit of a slow start, but besides that, this will feel like a flow. This will feel easy. This will feel like this person is really here for me. This person is really available to me. This person's heart is really in this. And you'll feel that, and that feeling permeates into the rest of their lives as well. So it's something that I think you'll feel throughout this entire relationship, this entire thing. Now, we also have the Queen of Swords here, and I'm feeling that this person will really appreciate you in your Queen of Swords self. So the space that you have, where you have all of this clarity, you have this brilliance of mind, you have this seed of knowing, there's something that they extraordinarily value in you about that you are this powerful presence, you are this powerful woman, you have this really solid seat. You see the truth. You see it both ways. You see where it's not good, where it's good, what needs to happen, what doesn't need to happen. You have a lot of answers. You're able to figure out the details. You're able to sit in that seat of knowing. And even if you might have a hard time doing that right now, we're going to pull some cards for you, so we'll figure out where you're at right now. But even if you were not having an easy time with that right now, there is something in this person's nature that will bring that out in you as well. That, again, your confidence, your courage, your ability to manifest will be really amplified because of this person. Because this person is so good at it as well. So your strengths will really touch each other. They'll really reach into each other and uplift and boost. And specifically their strengths will really boost who you are and make you feel like the most powerful version of yourself as well, which is something you can sit into right now. Now, I would like to go to you right away so we can get some answers about you, where you are at, what you need to know about you, your journey, if you have any blocks right now. So first, I just want to pull 2 cards for you without asking any questions whatsoever. So we have the King of Wands. Oh, wow. I got a real little boom when I pulled this over. And I'm really feeling this as, with this person specifically, what you want in a partner, this person is really going to bring that. This person is really going to have this incredible intensity, this fire energy, this seat of ability, this ability to go out and, again, get what they want, to go after something with a relentlessness, no obstacles in the way, just forward moving, action oriented. There is something about this person that just lights you up and checks your boxes. That this person will be, in this king space for you, that they are in a solid seat and you really look up to their abilities, to their attributes with a kind of reverence and also a kind of just, yummy desire that you want that person around you all the time. Okay. Now, I'm also pulling over the Page of Wands. Yay. So, of course, we're doing a completely separate deck, so we have the ability to pull over duplicate cards, which we have. This person is coming in. I don't feel like this is far away. They could be in your world already. They could be someone from the past. They could be somebody coming in. Whatever it is, this person feels very close by. And I feel like you're really going to feel those attributes that I said at the very beginning right away. The positivity, the energy, that real ability to want to be adventurous, to go out and see things, that joyfulness, that positivity, all of that stuff really is shining through. But that energy feels very close to me. Okay, so I want to keep going with you. So now I do want to ask some specific questions for you. So I would like to know about where you are right now, about in your love journey, in your life journey. What do we need to know about where you are? Is there anything we need to know about where you are? Look at all these duplicate cards. Okay, so we've got the 4 of Swords, which was the first card that I pulled over for him. So you're in this rest period as well. You've been in a period where you haven't been in your full trucking along sort of mode. You haven't been in your full seat of, queenly sword power. You've been in a space of rest and recovery too, pulling back, pulling away. And it's so interesting that you're both in the same place at the same time, which makes sense. I mean, take a moment just to feel that in your bones a little bit. And if you've been feeling bad about not being full capacity or not being 100% as vivacious as normal, or really give yourself some grace right now that you're meant to be in a rest and recovery period. You don't have to be, full on. This is a natural cycle of life, and that is okay. And your person matches you right now, which is amazing and perfect, and also connects you in a very deep way. Okay, I'm asking again about what you need to know about where you're at right now. So we have the 10 of Swords. And it's so interesting that the swords energy is really popping up for them, and it's also really popping up for you. So you have this space. The 10 of swords, or 10s are always cards of completion. The swords, again, mental space, intelligence space. There's something that really laid you out, just as this card looks. This can be something that felt like it stabbed you in the back. This could be something where it just feels like, you know, something really took you down. Maybe there was an event. Maybe there was a romantic encounter, or maybe something from the long past, or maybe something traumatic that you just really haven't been able to let go of. But there is something that really laid you out. And it makes sense that you've been in a rest period. It makes sense that you've had to recover, because this is a really intense space to be in. So the beautiful part of this is that this is a space of an ending. So here we go. A new journey awaits you. A new journey begins. This isn't where you land. This isn't the end of the story. This isn't the final chapter. It feels like the close of something. It feels like an ending in certain ways, because it is. That is laid to rest. That is gone. That is done. That space where you feel like you can't move, where you feel like you can't, skip through the world or even walk through the world or stand back up as strong as you can. That part, that's reached its final completion. This is the moment now where something new begins. There's a new stairway, a new path lighting up in front of you. And it might take a little effort to come out of this. It might take a little effort and energy to remove yourself from this space so you can move forward, but you can. And indeed, it is your destiny to do that. So whether you do it right now or whether you decide to take longer to do it is completely up to you. But it's coming for you. This new path is coming for you. I hear a helicopter overhead, and I always say outside sounds amplify the message. Okay, now I want to ask some more questions about you. So I would like to also ask about any blocks that you might have right now. Are there any blocks? Is there anything that you really need to work on to make sure that you're really open for this? To get over any humps, anything that might keep you from meeting this person, being in this relationship. Let's take a look at that. Any blocks that might be popping up. The Knight of Cups, another duplicate card over here. Now this is very interesting because this is a duplicate card. So this is something that's really showing up in your soulmate's spread, what we've been pulling for your soulmate. And I am feeling this as someone from your past that you did not come away with a good feeling about, that maybe was untrustworthy, that maybe wasn't a true Knight of Cups, that maybe felt like they were offering up their feelings and emotions. And there might be something in here that you are juggling with that feels similar to someone from your past, where this person you might not trust or believe or be willing to be vulnerable to, that you might not be willing to really accept the genuine, authentic version of them because of something from the past that burned you, that came up, that feels like, no, I'm not going to do this again. I'm not going to believe that again. I've heard that before. Let me know in the comments if that feels like something that you're immediately like, I know exactly what you're talking about. But if there's something that comes up for you there, I want you to just really sit with that and think about that there might be some clearing that needs to happen, some energy clearing that needs to take place, to let go of the past, to move on, and maybe some forgiveness too, so you're not holding on to that, and that you can move to a fresh new space with this person when they come in, if when they show up as their fullest self. Okay, now let's go ahead and pull another card for any blocks that might be popping up for you. So, feeling this card right here. And we have the Four of Pentacles, and the Pentacles often do get into worldly goods. They often get into money. They often get into things. Sometimes they get into the body. And this card particularly is I want to say it's kind of like a hoarding card. You see how closed off this energy is? It's holding everything really tight to the chest, keeping it all really tight. There is something here where, you know, this could, I want you to really think about this, because this might not be financial. This could be value, but this could also be in the physical, like physical demonstrations, or feeling confident in your body, or feeling good about your physical presence, or the way that you look, or that you feel about the way people perceive that you look. There's something here that is closed off, that's not open, that's not free, that's not flowing. And I want you to just take a moment with that, see if any of those categories really pop up for you. And then that needs to be handled. It needs to be dealt with, whether that's, self-care, positive affirmations, taking some time to love on yourself, but getting yourself to a space where you can be really open, where you can release some of this closed off energy and open yourself up to the abundance that is around you, the financial abundance, the physical abundance, the beauty abundance, all of the abundance that is there right now for you, that is showing up, that the universe is bringing in. I would like to pull a card about overcoming the blocks. If there's some action that you can take right now, what would the action be? What would be the thing that we could really focus in on and help to move you forward right now? The Chariot. Well, the Chariot's a wonderful card for this. The Chariot's very movement oriented. Now, the Chariot is also a very action oriented card. It's saying take action. You're going to move. You've got warrior energy. You can move into anything, and you can absolutely dominate, and you can be assured of success. But you do have to take action. So if there is one action you could take right now to handle these blocks, what would the action be for both of those? Because they are two different blocks, and they could have to do with each other. This could be, the person from the past that has the reminders, like there could have been a burn mark there. And part of something they said or did or acted, if it was in a cruel way, or something could have closed you off, the way that you spend money, or the way that you view your physical being, the way that you view your beauty or your body. There could be something in there. Now, how do you take action on that? And I want you to really take a moment, think about it, because that needs to happen. So make a commitment to yourself on how you're going to do it, what kind of action you're going to take, when you're going to take it. Is there something you can do right now today that could take, 3 minutes that can get you started toward that and take that action? Is there an investment you need to make? Is there something you need to do? Okay. Now, I want to pull a card for how you can start getting yourself on the path towards this person. So even if you're already in something with this person, if it's not a fully developed, fully fledged thing, how do you move forward on this path? So what do we need to know about that for you, about really getting to this person, really unlocking this and letting this be something that happens sooner rather than later? Ooh, we have the Seven of Swords. That's a little surprising. So the Seven of Swords is a little bit of a thieving card. And of course, we're back in that swords energy. And it's kind of, like making off with something, that you're kind of like stealing away with something. And I find this a very interesting card to pop up here. And I'm feeling this rather as a message to you that it's time to move forward. It's time to move forward in some way that makes you feel like you shouldn't be doing it. There is maybe some socialized aspect of drawing attention from people that you feel really uncomfortable with. And that could stem from childhood, from a parent who told you that, don't make it about you, or even just this perception that, like, I don't want people to think I want attention. but there might be something in there. Let yourself sit with that. And it's time to let yourself take center stage. It's time to let yourself take the attention, and to, even if it's uncomfortable, to put yourself in a space where it feels a little wrong to you. It feels almost like, perhaps in your feelings, not as a truth, but in your feelings, it might feel like it's the kind of thing that a person with, vanity, or, with personality traits you don't like would do. And that might just be, you could get started by, like, posting something on Instagram, come what may, that feels, self gratifying, or, letting yourself compliment yourself in front of other people, or speaking up more than you normally would. And even these small things, just starting to move that energy, there's something to that. There's a reason this popped up. That kind of momentum somehow, somewhere, is going to be a catalyst for magnetizing this person to you, to bringing this person into your path, to getting you there faster. Ooh, does that feel dangerous to you? I would really love to hear that in the comments as well. I want to pull some cards for the two of you together. So I'm pulling from a third deck, a separate deck. We have our gold deck now. Now, this gorgeous, beautiful deck is going to be our deck for the two of you together. So let's pull some cards. Let's not ask any questions yet. Let's just pull some cards for the two of you together and see what pops up. So first of all, happy Knight of Swords. I love this. I love this because we have all this Swords energy, and we have you with this Queen of Swords energy, and we have them with this Knight of Cups energy, and together we have this Knight of Swords energy. There is something about this relationship, this person, the two of you together, that is going to be fierce, knowing. That is a deep seat of knowing where you can just move forward. It is not holding back. It is full force. Look how fast this card is moving. Look at how that horse is going. This knight is on the move. There is deep knowing, clarity. There is just absolute, we know the truth. Let's go. Here we are. Let's race in. All, full speed ahead. No holding back. Nothing to be afraid of. Success is assured. This incredible feeling between the two of you here. Okay. Now, we are also pulling the Eight of Swords, again with our sword space. The Eight of Swords is a card where you see this figure, she's bound up, it feels cold, it feels lonely, it feels isolating. She has the ability to release herself from this at any time, to take the blindfold off, to release the binds. This is a sort of self-imprisonment card. Where maybe responsibility is not being taken. And this is an interesting card to pull as well here for the two of you. And this feels a bit like a warning card, that there's a possibility that you are looking for someone to save you. There is a possibility for them as well, that there could be some like codependent sort of tendencies. And there's a need for you to take responsibility for yourself, and there's a need for them to take responsibility for themselves. Ultimately, you still have to be autonomous, both of you. And the other person is not responsible for your happiness, your well-being, your success in life. Same with them. And getting into that feeling now that you are powerful now, that you take responsibility now, so that it's already in your bones when you're together. It's already there for you. That feeling is already, you've already stacked the deck in your favor of not getting to this space where it feels like someone else needs to do this for me, because you can, and you will, and you are so capable. You are absolutely as strong and as capable and as resourceful as you need to be free from that. And so are they. Okay, and you being in that space also, I believe, will be a catalyst for them being in that space too, if that's a tendency for them as well. Feels like a more feminine energy, however. Okay, now I want to take a look at what this life could look like with this person. So what could this end result look like with the two of you? Ah, the Eight of Wands. It feels like a perfect card to come through. It is fast moving and it is easy. Things can be really easy with this person. This is a lean in card. This is, you don't have to force anything. It is just moving fast. Everything just takes over. The universe takes over. It's a lean in, let it happen. This is beautiful. That's a beautiful answer to come up. And it feels right. Okay, especially with our Page of Wands starting everything off here. So asking again about what this life could look like with this person. What else do we need to know about what this life could look like with this person? And Three of Pentacles popping up here. And this is a planning card. This is interesting because we do have our Four of Pentacles over here, which I believe is our only Pentacles card so far. It is. You know, we're feeling that as a block for you. So whatever that thing is that is so difficult for you right now that you're going to take action on right now, this person can be a reinforcing person for you, for what it is that you truly desire for yourself, for getting this issue to a whole new level, whether it is financial, whether it is physical, whatever it is. There's this is a, you know, you're in this together. You've got this together. You're not alone here in this. You've got a support system. You've got a person who can help you build what it is that you want to build and create. Okay, I want to keep with that same question. I want to see what else we might need to know here. We have the Ace of Pentacles reversed. So this is interesting because our aces come in as opportunities, and our pentacles, again, these are our first pentacles, and we're really feeling it sort of surrounding whatever that block was for you. So as a reverse card here, I'm feeling that this is, there's something where the two of you together, there might be a moment too as you're sort of embarking on this life with this person where you're like, you know what, I don't really see the opportunity here for this aspect of me. Like you know, maybe they're not, you know, like very good at communicating some certain aspect at first, or, you know, telling you what you need to hear, or again, you know, all these things though, you still have to take responsibility for yourself and be autonomous. So you still need to handle that for yourself regardless. Now, and this is sort of saying though that it is there. It is there. There's incredible opportunity here. It just might be hidden, or it might need to land. So they might need to be communicated with, or that might have to grow into something. They realize your vulnerability around something so that it can be a whole new aspect of your life, that whatever it is you desire here for yourself, you can have it. It's a wealth of opportunity for you to have it and to be in this like absolutely desired space in your life for what it is you want for yourself, financial, physical, otherwise, that is truly there and within this relationship. Okay, and I want to save that question for one more pull. So one more pull on that question, what this life could look like, the two of you. We have the Page of Cups, starting everything off with the pages, coming in with the pages again, and the cups, of course, getting into our feelings, emotions. And this tells me a few things. First of all, there is the life you can have with this person can be joyful and fun. And there is something humorous about this card. There's a fish in the cup. It's kind of just, you know, there's something a little funny and fun and playful. And this can be a playful, lovely relationship where you laugh together, you play together, you are excited together, you're interested together, you have share a lot of love, a lot of feelings, and it comes out in these lovely, like joyful experiences, that everything's really joyful and warm and, you know, bubbly and lifted. And there's something really lovely about that, really lovely about that. Okay, now I do want to pull two more cards for the two of you together. So first of all, I would like to ask your guides if there's anything you need to know about that's really important for you to know about this relationship. Is there anything that's really important for you to know about this relationship? And we have another page, really bringing the pages in. Pages are these youthful messenger cards. So a lot of like youthfulness about these cards. Now, the swords, of course, we're tapping the sword space quite a bit. And for you to know that this might strike you as a good idea, but this also, as you're, in this relationship, this might feel, you have this ability to be in this Queen of Swords space, which is a really solid, steady, intensely knowing space. And this might feel just like a sort of inspiration. This might not feel like, as you are stepping into this, especially, this might not feel like this is my person. This is the relationship. I'm so glad that he's asking me on a date. I'm so glad that we're going to do this thing. It might just feel kind of like, oh, cool. That feels like a good idea. All right, let's try it. There might not be a whole lot of, I don't want to say maturity around but that feeling of like a ripened, like knowing. It might be just kind of this like youthful, inexperienced kind of knowing. This kind of like, okay, well, let's see what happens. Who knows? Which means that also you might have to be open to more things than just things that feel like the Eight of Wands energy. It just feels like it takes you over. Or our Knight of Swords energy, that like rushing in. Like you might not get that feeling for a second. That might pick up. And again, we know they're starting in a space that might not be full velocity here. They're starting in a space with the rest, and you're coming out of a space of rest, and they're moving on from something. So we have all these things that could be like a slow, like, okay, well, let's see how it goes. It probably won't feel to you in the immediacy as like let's ride in together, ride or die. It's gonna be kind of like all right, well, let's see what happens. Which means you might need to be really open to things that feel like that, open to things that are, don't feel like oh yes, this is the person. It will feel more like, okay, yeah, let's see what happens. Let's do it. Okay, now I'm asking your guides again for to pull us toward any cards that you really need to know about this person, about this relationship, about the two of you together, about anything that we need to know. If there's anything in here that, feeling something right here. Hi, Knight of Cups. So again, pulling duplicate cards. We've pulled a lot of duplicate cards today. Now, our Knight of Cups is in his spread, of course, and your guides are bringing up the Knight of Cups about what you need to know about this. And it feels soft. It feels heartfelt. It feels loving. It feels giving. It feels deep in the heart space. And it also feels like it is not holding back. It actually feels a little bit emotional to me right now. I would be curious if you feel a little bit of emotions hearing these words. But this not held back, this very giving presence, this complete stepping in, heart to heart alignment. It's a beautiful space. And that's not full of fanfare and, wild energy, although they do have some great energy as part of their personality, but their love might show up in a steadier space, Now, remember, we had the Knight of Cups pop up for you as a block that possibly something from the past will make you feel that this is not authentic to them, that it's not real, it's not true, that you can't trust it maybe. And your guides are showing up to say, this is here for you. This is the real deal. This is the good thing. This is the goods. And you have to be open to that. You have to be open to believing, receiving, accepting. And if you are open to receiving, I encourage you to open your hands now and talk to your guides. Help bring this person to me. Help me be open to this. Help me not close this down because of past events, because of things that have hurt me. And let yourself just receive. Practice receiving. Practice trying to take things as they come. even if that leaves you in a more vulnerable space, a more trusting space. Okay, now I'm going to pull a few oracle cards. So off we go with our lovely oracle cards. I want to pull a couple of pieces of divine wisdom for you about things that you should be doing, steps you should be taking, what we need to know for you to really move forward here, to move into a space where you're open and receptive to love. So our first card is to ask for help. And remember, we just were talking about that with your guides. You're being asked to request help from another. So a person maybe, or from in a spiritual way. You don't need to deal with this issue alone. There are many people who want to help you, but it's up to you to bravely ask for their support. It's a sign of strength to reach out. Do that today. Ask for help. And I want to bring our attention back to our Eight of Swords, anything that feels self-imprisoning, and also to our blocks, to the Four of Pentacles, that feeling like something is really bound up, that it's not free-flowing, that there's something difficult there. And dealing with this, Knight of Cups. Ask for help. Let yourself ask. Let yourself be open to receiving. Keep those hands open. Keep that receiving energy going. All right, I want to pull a Divine Feminine card as well to see what kind of Divine Feminine energy would really help you to channel right now. What you could step into, what you can get inspiration from, what you can sit into in order to help you in this journey forward. Parvati comes up, the goddess of devotion. I am a love that doesn't leave. When I commit to love, my soul evolves. Yes, I am a love that doesn't leave. When I commit to love, my soul evolves. And what really strikes me here is that you need to be this for yourself so you can also believe it when it comes in the form of another person. When it comes in the form of soulmate love coming through. You won't be able to believe it from another if you can't be that for yourself as well. If committing to yourself, committing to love, letting your soul evolve, letting yourself be fully committed, let yourself believe and be that for yourself as well. Okay, now I also want to pull an ancestor and angel card from this lovely deck to get some more divine guidance, some more wisdom, anything that you need to know, what you need to know, how to help you through this journey and on this path. Earth Mother, feel loved and comforted. I feel a lot of energy off of this. Feel loved and comforted. You are so safe. But also I feel like you have some mothering nature in you too that is able to wrap around to you, that you own it within yourself, so you can also give it to yourself too. But also seek that as a bigger thing, something beyond yourself, that you can feel loved and comforted from beyond. And maybe imagine yourself with little butterflies all over you, butterflies landing on your head and on your shoulders, and that loving, warm embrace of growth, of being safe, of being held, of being cared for and nurtured. Ah, my dear one. Let's drop an earth below. Let's drop an earth emoji below. As our last card pulling up here is that Earth Mother. I would really love to hear some comments. If you feel vulnerable enough to share any of what is coming up for you, or if this resonates with you, if you are open to receiving, if you're feeling this, I would love to read about it below. I read all of the comments. It means so much to my heart. I don't comment on all the comments, but I read them all. And I am just lifting you up with so much love, so much light. until I see your precious self again. I love you. Mwah. Mia. Welcome in my card 4. Land, arrive. You're here now. We're going to find out all about your soulmate. We're going to take a look at them. We're going to take a look at you. We're going to take a look at the two of you together. We're going to do lots of in-depth looking. So be here, be now, open yourself up to this, take a breath into it. And if you love content like this, subscribe now if you haven't already. Subscribing lets us know to do more content just like this. All right, here we go. So let's start with the anchor card. Let's start with this first card that we pulled. We have the Ace of Wands. The Wands getting into that fire energy, that passion, that purpose, that movement energy. Lots of growth energy happening here too. A little castle in the background of what can be coming in. This is good stuff. Good things are coming in with this person. This person brings a wave of freshness. A little some real sensuality comes in with them as well. Some real passion and some real physical connection for you two as well. So I feel like you'll immediately be physically attracted to this person. This person will be immediately physically attracted to you. There'll be a lot of physical chemistry, sparks flying, but also like this castle in the background, this path to something really big and wonderful. So let's go ahead and take a look at some more cards for them. So I want to start over here with their deck. So we're going to do 3 different decks today, and that means we can always pull duplicate cards. So we want to be aware of that. So right now, first of all, we're pulling the 7 of Pentacles for them. So I feel like they're in a space where they've been really cultivating financial growth, and they've sort of been watching the seeds harvest that they've planted, and that's, sort of diligently watching over, but maybe it's a little lackluster in certain ways. It's not, it's not the completion of what they want. They want a partner, they want a soulmate, they want you, and that hasn't fully come to completion yet, but they've really been working hard on this thing that's been building wealth, building abundance, building growth, harvesting all of this, and that's a good space to be in, but also it's not the full story of where they want to go. So they're feeling sort of the lack of not having you at the moment. Now we also have the 5 of Wands, hitting into some more of that Wands energy, getting into that fire energy. And it feels like there's something that they're in right now that's a little competitive, a little combative. It feels work related. Again, the Wands often get into passion, purpose, career, all of that kind of energy. And it feels like they're in the middle of, I feel like they're in a highly competitive job space, which makes sense because they've been growing all this abundance. So there's something that is a little frenetic in their world right now, where they're just kind of keeping their focus in the middle of this chaotic storm of competition and trying to stay afloat and trying to be the best and making sure that they've, got their footing and that they're really in that, which has made it hard for them to really be in anything else, to be in the romantic space. Now, this person could be somebody that is coming in for you. This person could be somebody that you're already with. This could be someone that just hasn't leveled up to the place where you're like, yeah, this is my soulmate. Where you're still sort of treading the ground of, you could be in this space right now with them, or this could be a space they're going through alone that you're going to get them on the other side of this, or you might just know them, be an acquaintance with them, work with them, whatever that is. This could even be a person from the past. This is the space that they're walking through right now. All right, now we also have the 6 of Swords. This is a moving away card. So the swords get into that thought space, that head space, and they've been really moving on from something. Now, this card isn't, this isn't a happy merriment card. This is kind of sad, cold feelings, moving away from something that takes a little bit of effort and is a little bit of an emotional journey and a little bit of a sad journey to move on from. Now, that doesn't mean it's a romantic thing that they're moving on from. It could be that they're moving on from a hope or a dream or something else, or even a loss of someone, but there's something that they are moving away from, that they are slowly making their way away from that space. Now we also have the World, and I'm feeling very much that this person is looking to expand their space. They're looking to expand their world. They're looking to expand their presence. They're looking to expand the figure in the center here is sometimes called the dancer, And I'm feeling that they're really interested in inviting you in. They've been thinking a lot about you. Even if they don't know you yet, even if they haven't met you yet, they have been really having a mind for you. I think that this sort of space that they've gotten to where, the other things that they've been invested in haven't really been coming together. They're moving away from something now. And their head and their heart is in a space where they want to make you their world. Whether they know you or not, they want you and they want this world together. They want to make you the center of their attention, their focus, to grow with you, to grow something that is big and otherworldly, something that is where you could take on the world together, something where there is an incredible amount of potential, and they can feel that potential even now. Now, we also have the Nine of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles is a luxurious card, that things have really come together in a luxurious way. But this is a very feminine energy card, so I am feeling this as a space of imagining for them that they are going to see you as this person that they take care of, that they drip out in all of this luxury, but that they really have been cultivating these things and setting this path and working diligently in this way because they want to provide this for you, whether you need it or not, whether you want that or not. They are sort of, making that a focus for themselves of what kind of life they can provide for you, how they can treat you like a gem, how they can make you feel like the precious gift that you are in a very beautiful way. Okay, now we also have the moon reversed. So this is interesting. The moon really gets into secrets, hidden truths, things that are hidden away, and this is a reversed card. So to me, there is this feeling that there is something that's really hidden within them that maybe they don't even recognize themselves, that they don't even really know is in there. That's a secret, something they've repressed for a long time. They don't realize it has an impact on them. It's something that's motivating them. It's something that's an undercurrent. The way the moon is, that it changed the tides. It's very important. It really changes the trajectory of their life and their decisions, but they don't even realize what a big impact it's having or has had on them. And this, we're going to pull an extra card for that when we get to the end of their spread here, because I want to know more about that. That might be something, everything that's popping up, it's popping up for a reason, because it is important for you to know. These are the details that, the energy is deciding that it's important for you to tap into, to know, that's going to help inform you and guide your path. Now, we also have the Three of Pentacles popping up. So this person, I am feeling like they're very, I want to say goal-oriented, but this is an architectural card. It's that building an outline, figuring out the plan, working the program, making sure things come together the right way. This is a reliable person. This is a person that can really put a plan in place and follow the plan to its destination. And they keep doing that over and over again. And there is something very methodical about that. And at times, that might be really curious and interesting to you. You might operate in different ways. You might be more intuitively moved and driven, and they might be more methodical and plan-oriented and needing structure around things, expert opinions about things in a way that perhaps you don't feel. Now, we also have the Nine of Swords, and the Nine of Swords, as you can see, it's kind of a anxious card. It's a sad card. It's I can't fall asleep for all these thoughts in my head. The sword's getting into thought space, and we know they're moving away from something, and that is very much keeping them up at night. There is something that's really rocking around and rolling around in their brain right now that's causing them some inner turmoil and distress. I don't know that this is, it really doesn't feel like this is something you would perceive immediately or even for a while. This is the kind of thing that it's just good to know about, that they're going through right now. and to know where they're coming from and where they are. But it's not necessarily something that you're going to get the privileged information of, because it feels like a weakness to them, or it feels like, it feels like something that they're struggling with. And this person has a strong personality and a strong ability to accomplish and overcome. And a lot of that vulnerability might not be on display. Let's take a look at that hidden truth, that secret that might be locked away over there. Okay, so we're taking a look at what we might need to know. Feeling guided here about that hidden truth, what might be locked away. And we have the Two of Wands, so we're still in that Wands energy. And the Wand space, the Two of Wands really gets into, this could be a travel card, this could be a courage and bravery, stepping into something new and adventuring. And I'm feeling like there might be something that they're really afraid to start. There might be something from this secret, this hidden truth, this thing that they're not really willing to look at. And this could get into romance and love as well, that they need an extra dose of courage and bravery to step into the new. And that might take a little extra. There, you might find little petals of resistance. You might find little moments where their fear takes over, where, the past comes back up and gets them. And this could stem from something that happened here that makes them afraid to fully step in, to be their fully adventurous, fiery spirit. Even though they have this wonderful personality for it, they have all these wonderful attributes for being able to be brave and courageous. There is something that comes up and sort of, even though they might not even think that they might think, I'm available, I'm completely, ready to be open to this. This is what I've been looking for. I'm searching for this right now. Even though they might feel that way or think that way, there might be a hidden truth from them that is holding them back, that is keeping them from fully launching in and stepping in, and acting as a block. Now I want to take a look at you. So I want to go ahead and take a look at a whole separate deck. So this is a beautiful pink deck, and this is going to be your deck. So I'm just taking a look at what we need to know about you right now. So first of all, I just want to ask the cards about anything we need to know about your situation, anything that we need to know about anything at all that is going on in your world. And as it relates to your heart, as it relates to your path. Let's see what we've got. So first of all, I'm pulling the Empress. Hi, my Empress. The Empress is a beautiful card. It's such a lovely card. This is some divine feminine energy, growth energy. This is a fertility energy. This is a really lovely energy. And I'm feeling a moment of you to just sit into the grace, peace, and power of who you are. Feeling the world that you've grown around you, the things you've cultivated within you, the things you've cultivated within your spiritual practice, the things that you have, the attributes of your personality that you've developed. Everything that gets into that growth energy, that it's just like a breath of fresh air, and you bring it around with you and people feel it. And you have a real power about you. You have a real presence that is noticed. And that's important for you to know, for you to recognize, and for you to own and honor. Okay. Now let's see. We also have the Hermit card. What an interesting card to pull. Now, I kind of feel like this is not just your energy. I feel like you have some energy in here. This also feels like somebody else's energy might be in here. So there might be someone else who's close to you. There's a pulled backness, an inner light shining that's not available to everyone else, that you keep secret, you hide it within yourself. And it feels like there's someone else in this energy that's important for you in this journey, in this soulmate journey. And this could be, a parent. This could be a sibling. This could be a best friend. This could be a previous love that had this energy that you kind of adapted into some of this energy. And there's something in here, in that little contained space of shining light and growing within yourself in that sort of isolated way, that way of keeping some things, holding some things back, letting yourself be a light unto yourself, whatever's shining in that area. So, and this card, I don't know if we can really see it in this version of this card, but there's some ice around here, and so there is a little bit of a coldness that comes with this. And I want to keep pulling cards because I don't want to cast any sort of thought process on that right now. It feels like you might need to let yourself open up and expand a little more to invite this person in, and to be a more shared experience, but perhaps not. Let's see what the cards have to say. I'm not getting a full read on that. But also, whatever that other person is, if there's someone that really strikes your mind, that person might be an important person for you to communicate with right now, or to even just evaluate your relationship with them, or how you have taken cues for your own life on how to act, how to be, how to interact with other people, taking your cues from them, like what you've adopted from them. Okay, so we're continuing on. I want to keep this open for the cards. I want to just see what else we might need to know about your path right now, what's important for us to know. Interesting. So the Eight of Cups popping up, and this is a moving away card as well. And we have two moving away cards. You have a moving away card. They have a moving away card. And this card, the cups really get into those feelings and emotions. So you're really stepping away from something that held a lot of feeling and a lot of emotion for you. The interesting thing about this is that it feels almost like you're stepping away from your feelings and emotions altogether. And that is just really, in this instance, it feels like that. It feels like there's a possibility that you are disconnecting from some feelings and emotions and walking away from them because you have to let something go. And it's just easier. And that also feels like it gets a little into that icy space a little bit. Just, the space to numb things a little bit, to go inside, to get a little more interior. So there's a little bit of tenderness around that from the energy I'm picking up. Let's see what else we've got here. Let's see what else we've got for you. And we have the Lovers. Hi. When I pulled this card over, my immediate feeling is that if you need some confirmation that it can all come together and it can be faded and beautiful and truly seen. And this also really comes into that feeling of being pulled back a little bit, not completely available or open. And this is completely available. This is completely open. These two figures are both naked. They're both seeing each other in their nakedness. And, I put little, sensors on them for YouTube, but they're completely naked. This is a very exposed, very vulnerable space. So breathing into that you can get back into a space where you are completely known by someone. And perhaps you have been completely known by someone that keeps calling you back, that their energy keeps calling you back, that you keep thinking about them because they knew you so well. And it feels like no one will ever know you that well again. And I am here to tell you that the cards say otherwise. You will be known in a way more intimately than you ever have before. You have a deep and beautiful, intense soulmate relationship for you in the future. And it's going to be good. Very good. Now, this person, of course, can be somebody you already know. This can be someone that it's just sort of elevating, it's finding its way. This could be somebody that hasn't come in yet. But there are a lot of different things that can be playing here, but this is where the energies are right now. Okay, I'm pulling one more card without asking a specific question, just what you need to know to guide you on your path right now. And the Hierophant pops up. And the Hierophant is a card that can get into religion, it can get into spirituality, this can get into higher learning and wisdom and education, finding a guru, this can get into, this is like a seekingness here. And sometimes it's just like social norms that get in here, that there are some social regularities that you want to participate in. So whatever that is, there's something that you feel called to follow, and follow it. Follow it. Let your heart guide you there. Let your intuition guide you there. Let yourself learn more, grow more, expand more in that way. Whatever way that is, whatever that thing is that's calling to you right now to say, I need to know more. I'm seeking. I have a seeking heart here. I want to learn about this tradition, this form, this spirituality, this religion, this, whatever the educational thing, this class that I wanted to take. There's something in there that's important for you. All the cards that are popping up are going to be important things on this journey, and that's why they're coming through. And, sometimes we question why they're so important, but sometimes it's enough just to know they're important. That whatever is there, there's a piece of gold in there. It can be important for your development and getting to a space where you can really land into this soulmate relationship. It can be for an actual physical meeting space of this person, for many different things. There are many different reasons. But sometimes it's okay just to know that that's something you need to follow. Okay, now I would like to ask the card specifically about blocks for you. If there's anything that is blocking you right now, if there is any energy that's coming up that could keep you from landing in this in a smooth and easy way, that could keep this from coming to fruition right now, that could make this more difficult than it needs to be. And I'm honestly feeling both of these cards. So interesting. Now remember, we pulled this card for them as a response to what that secret is, what that difficulty is, what that truth that we needed to uncover, and that fear of stepping in sort of popped up for us. Now, I mean, this can be a traveling card. This can be an adventurous card, a bravery and courageous card. And this is interesting because this is popping up as a block for you. And essentially, this is rather a block for them as well. So there is a little piece of both of you that is scared of this. And maybe you recognize it, maybe you don't in yourself. It doesn't feel like they do. They might not know this about them. It feels like we have the moon reverse. It feels like an uncovered, something they don't really even know about, something maybe they've suppressed. This might be something you know. You might know that you're really afraid of this. You might know that you're really scared to go here, to step in, to put both feet in, to feel that adventurous surge, to travel into this new phase and this new thing with a new person, and expose the vulnerabilities. And that can be really scary. And that can come up as a block for you. And here's what I am feeling coming through from this right now, is that you need to start the habit of doing things that scare you, so you can be ready to step into something that might scare you. Really good things can still scare us. Something you want desperately and dearly for yourself, that you have an incredible desire for, can still scare you and can still be too scary for you to step into. And you're inhabiting this, you're getting this energy and this vibration set, can also help them. That energy can help them get into the right vibration too, and to get into it can be inspiring, magnetizing, able to help lift and move the momentum of the entire relationship to something where you're both able to step in. So I would really take this upon yourself for a moment and just think, what can you do right now that is, not stepping in, that is, something other that scares you, to get your brain and your body and your energy system and your vibration in a space where it is It feels okay. You don't even have to be comfortable being uncomfortable. You don't have to be comfortable being scared. It's that whole thing. You can be scared and do it anyway. And learn the habit of like, oh, wow, I can actually really succeed. And even though it's scary, I can do it. I've done it this time and over again. And I want you to think about what a few things are that you could do, from public speaking, talking at a meeting, talking about a big issue or problem with somebody that you don't want to have a confrontational experience with, standing up for yourself in any certain way, setting a boundary with a friend or with a family member that keeps walking through your boundaries. Maybe it is traveling. Maybe it's going somewhere on a solo trip, going somewhere that would normally scare you to have to feel like you can handle this trip, or even just going to a restaurant alone. Whatever that might be that might scare you, or taking a person that you're intimidated by to, lunch or something. Whatever that might be, I want you to set those little things down and take action on them. And I always request that you take action as soon as possible, because that momentum, that energy, that fire, it helps if you just push it just right away. There's no need to procrastinate. There's no need to let the fear build up around something to create even more energy around a block. No, 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 no. Woof. Nah. You got this. You got this. Woof. Right out of the nest. Fly. If you need me to do that again, woof, woof, woof. Right out of the nest. Out you go. Okay, now also the Four of Cups is popping up here, which is this card is a block. This is coming through as a block, and this is just telling us like, hey, this is a card that says no, basically. It's a card, arms are crossed, cups are feelings and emotions coming in on the hand, oh, yes, feelings and emotions, good, heart opening, yummy, but this person, this figure is saying no. I'm not interested. And it could be for, any kind of reason. It could be like, I'm happy right now. I'm good doing what I'm doing. I don't need any new feelings coming through. I don't need any new relationships. I don't need the thing. But a lot of the times we can get into that space for totally other reasons, because something has hurt. We've had to move away from something. We've had to turn off our emotions completely. And turning them back on again might feel really scary, because it might feel like there's a huge pit, a huge chasm, a huge black hole that you could fall into if you turn them on for good or bad reasons. That just turning them on at all feels dangerous. So there is a sort of no popping up here. And that is something that will have to be handled as well. So, as uncomfortable as we want to get, maybe we can start in a really small space this way, of just opening your heart up to something that's small, something a little bit little. Honestly, my immediate thought was an animal. Starting with letting yourself just really feel a lot of emotions around an animal, and that could be going to like an animal shelter and petting animals. That could be getting a pet. That could be there, but it feels like that's just what popped up in my mind, and so I'm saying it out loud because that's what I'm committed to doing. But something small. Start small. Let yourself start in a small way. Just starting to open up that package, starting to open up that space where maybe we're turning the emotional faucet on, and that can, that could be journaling, writing down your feelings, talking to a therapist, talking to a friend. But you can start small and trust that those little steps will get you to a bigger space, and that you can handle it. This is not leading you to a black hole. It's not leading you to a chasm you're going to fall into and never get out of. You're supported. You are supported. You are safe. You are good. You have got this. Okay. Now, my dear one, I would like to pull another card for you. And I would like your guides to just pick a card for you, that there's whatever needs to pop up for you right here. That's what I would like. And honestly, oh boy, I'm feeling all 4 of these cards. Well, we're taking all 4 of them. You've got 4 cards, not 1 card. So let's see what your guides have to say. All right, we got a lot of wands energy. We got some cups energy, and we got some cups energy. 2 cups, 2 wands. We have the 3 of cups, which immediately tells me this is an ask for you to go have fun, to get into the emotions, to get into a space where you can start saying yes. You need to experience your friends and get out of this hermit space a little bit. Get into your friend space. Have drinks with friends. Do a book club. Talk, laugh, play games, sing, dance around. Make an effort, and you might have to make a real effort. This is going to be a tricky transition because this is not going to feel comfortable. Tricky transition, that's okay. You can handle tricky. You got this. So this might take some reaching out to some people because maybe you've been turning some things down for a long time now. Maybe those people aren't asking you to go to dinner or whatever right now. So it's time to reach out. It's time to make an effort. It's time to think about the people you have the most fun with, that you have those heart-filled experiences with, that you feel comfortable telling your secrets to, that you want to laugh with, that you find yourself in that kind of laughter where you're crying almost, you're laughing so hard. That's what I want you to find, and that's where I want you to go. The Ace of Cups is coming in to tell us that new opportunities for your heart to overflow are coming in. And you are not going to be turned off to your feelings forever. You're not going to be displaced from your emotions and your love and your heart and your givingness and your overflow. You're going to feel an overwhelm of abundance in this area, in your heart space. I would encourage you to pop a hand right onto your heart space right now and just let yourself for a moment feel what is there. I felt really emotional just now saying that. So if you're feeling a lot of emotion that's even coming up just from these little nuggets and these little moments, that's okay. I am here. We're here. Everything is okay. You're not alone. You are supported. Take a moment. And these are messages from your guides. You're supported by your guides. It is coming. It is coming. It is not lost. It is not gone. Now, we also have the 10 of Wands and we have the 3 of Wands. Wands, I mean, really, hello, Wands. Okay, so the 10s are cards of completion. This is almost here. This person is almost here. This is walking its way in, and you might get the feeling sometimes that it's never going to land. It's never going to happen. You have been working so hard for this, and you have been sweating over this, and it has not happened yet, and it has not landed yet. But let me tell you, it is on the way, and it is right around the corner. Keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. You've got this. This is closer than you think. Now we also have the 3 of Wands, and I would like for you to take a step back, and I would like you to look at because we're doing this as a love, we're getting into soulmateship here, and this Wands energy is so much a part of this future soulmateship. I would like you to take a step back. I would like you to look at what you have been through. I would like you to look at what you have been through, how you have succeeded, what has gone well for you. But I also want you to do that in regards to love. Even, the things that ended terribly or that left you so hurt. I want you to take a step back and just see it for what it really is. Wow, I opened up my heart to this person, and I am so brave for having done that. What an incredible thing. Even if it's not the thing, and even though it didn't work out, and even though it really hurt in the end, what an incredible human I've been through that. I want you to take a step back and really look at the bigger picture of what you have accomplished, what you have done with your precious heart, what you have done with your precious life, what you have done with the fire in your soul. It is still there. It is not gone. It's time to appreciate where you have been, where you have come from, and what you have been through. And I am placing these all over here, and I know this is going to be something very difficult for us to see through, so I apologize now. We're going to keep going anyway. Okay, so now I want to pull some cards for you as a relationship, the two of you together. So we're getting into our gorgeous gold deck here. So let's just start leaving this open for the cards to give us any kind of energy that's coming through. Anything that's important for you to know about your future with this person, what this can look like. I'm feeling this right away. King of Wands, how not surprising. This feels absolutely not surprising to me. We have our Ace of Wands as our landing card, as our anchor card, and the King of Wands is popping up here for the two of you together right away. And this makes a lot of sense to me. This is going to be solid. It is going to be steady. This is a no obstacles in the way kind of energy. This is real and good and growth oriented and fiery and passionate, and it's wonderful. And this physical connection that you two have, I mean, that could be really great, that you're both moving on from something, and there could be this sort of initial thing that's maybe like, okay, the sparks start here in physicality. The sparks start in this fire of attraction. Now we have the Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands. Hi, my Ten of Wands. Message from your guide. It is right around the corner. High confirmation. Tens, cards of completion, bringing it home. This is, you might feel like, oh my goodness, this is never going to happen. I've been working so hard for this. But you have been stacking up the work. You have been stacking it up, building this ladder, and now you're just almost at the top. You might not realize it, your head could be right in the middle of it, but you're there. You're on the way. You're landing, and you're landing. You're bringing it home. It is coming in for you. So do not you worry. All right, continuing on. I want to let the cards just inform us, and I am feeling this little beauty. Hi, Knight of Swords. Then this is just some fast, gorgeous energy. This is a knowing. This is a clarity. This is an understanding. The sword's getting into all of that mental space, truth, knowing the truth of things. And this is a very fast-moving card. I mean, look at this card. Look at these figures. Look at that horse. I mean, this is speeding on in, knowing the truth, really just with a glorious certainty. And I think that's beautiful for you to know that that is in your future for the two of you, that you will have this gorgeous certainty, that you're not going to have to juggle things. You're going to have to go back and forth. You're not going to have to guess. It's not going to feel like, oh, but should I or shouldn't I, or should I or shouldn't I? It's going to be like, yeah, no, we're soulmates. Hey, look at this. This feels good. Let's go. Truth known, understood, moving forward. Okay, I want to do one more where we just let the cards speak to us, tell us anything that we need to know that we're not even asking about. Ooh, I'm feeling you. Hi, Ten of Cups. Yeah, I love the Ten of Cups. This is beautiful. You're pulling some potent energy. There is some beautiful confirmation of what is to come. You're getting to see some gorgeous confirmation of what's coming in for you. This is like the happy ever after card. All that cups energy, which we might have some problems with right now with our Four of Cups energy, some blocked energy. We might have some trouble in some spaces, but this is not going to be a problem. This is going to be good. There's going to be a divine alignment between the two of you in every way, and it's going to feel like home, and it's going to feel safe. Now, you might start with a whole bunch of passion, but you also are going to feel safe and home and secure and happy, and like you have family all around you, whatever that looks like. and everything's gonna feel very grounded, very rooted in something strong and good. And I'm very happy that we got this card. Yes. And you go right underneath the lovers, don't you? How perfect. All right. Now let's ask some specific questions about the two of you. So I would like to know if there's anything that we need to worry about with blocks for you as in coupledom, things that could hinder your progress moving forward, especially like in the beginning or getting to the landing point where you feel like you know that this person is your soulmate. And this could, okay, let's let the cards show up. Hi, Three of Wands. So again, pulling duplicate cards here. And this was showing up as a message from your guides about reviewing how far you've come and what you've done. Now, the interesting thing here for this to pop up is that as a couple coming in for something that could hinder you is in that reviewing kind of. And I'm feeling this as kind of a... instead of looking back and seeing all the positives and the things that you're grateful for, but looking back and seeing the hurt that was the outcome, the path that took you somewhere that ended up not being the path. And that is something to be very careful of, because your guides are not telling you to go down this path so that you can not let go of it or hold on to the past or remember a past lover or get wrapped up in what was and remember the pain from it. None of that. Your guides want the best for you to move forward into your glorious future. So as a couple, it's really important for the movement of this to come together and move forward, that you don't get trapped in the past, that you don't get trapped in the review. So I'm going to leave that there. I think we all know what that means. So let's continue. I do want another card for any blocks as a couple that you might want to, and I'm feeling these two cards. All right, so we're pulling two. I'm sorry, we're pulling three. That's what happens sometimes. Okay, so all three of these cards. Hi. Okay, very interesting coming up as blocks. And right away, I'm feeling distractions, communication, and expectation. Just immediate things that popped up. Seven of Cups, feelings and emotions, all the good things, all the bad things, all in the clouds. Feeling like you want to, either person in this coupledom, being pulled out of the relationship into what can be, the imaginings of the things that could go wrong, the imaginings of the things that could go right, but also distractions, just generally distractions, like getting pulled into other things, not being present, not being in the moment, not making the time to really be with the partner, with the person. So that will be something that's important, and it's so good to know, because you can help design and architect space and time to be truly present with each other. And that is not hard to do. So that's a beautiful thing to know about. Now also, communication. We're asking about blocks. The Two of Cups is in a beautiful communication, beautiful, kind of like the Lover's card in the Minor Arcana. Again, feelings and emotions. More that Cups energy. Now, things on equal footing, beautiful communication card. It immediately that comes up to me as, there might be some spaces where you are on separate footing. You're not on equal playing field. You're not in a space where you're communicating clearly. So that could be difficult and very important to figure out how you best communicate, learning the other person's love language, them learning your love language, understanding that you both have been raised and brought up by separate people and you have your own your own understanding of what something means, that you might have your own definitions of things, and that you might have to learn their language, learn their way of being in the world, and how that looks, and that there'll be some learning involved with that communication. And that's okay. We're getting into some like yummy soulmate-ness. So there is some glorious stuff happening here. Absolutely wonderful, good, green light. Absolutely, yes. So that's something you can handle. It's something you can work on. Those are semantics, logistics almost, to find the alignment in communication. And that's something you could start reading books on right now. And you could work on your communication skills with everyone in your life. Every single person you run into, working on how you communicate with people, figuring out how to be a better communicator, things that you can do, learning how to read more body language and how to express your body language to express yourself better, all of those things. Now, also, the Four of Wands popped up here, and the Four of Wands is a wonderful card. And this is a beautiful sort of like, almost feels like a celebration, wedding, can be the 1111 card. And this is coming up as a block, which for me feels like immediately I set expectations. There is a feeling that there could be a rough path. There could be a rough path to landing at your fullest space. And this doesn't mean you're not getting married to this person. It doesn't mean that. It just means that the expectation of when things are going to happen, or how things are going to happen, or all of those things, they might be different for the two of you, and that is okay. And there might be some hiccups along the way, and that could throw you off course, but that shouldn't throw you off course. You know that this energy exists now, and so okay, this is not the kind of thing you want to be thrown off course. So we'll really try to get this to a space of letting it flow easily and getting rid of the blocks that might come up. And figuring out what that does look like to you. What is your expectation right now? Do you have certain timelines that you're looking at for yourself? Do you have expectations for yourself? And then being able to figure out, this person, their expectations, their timelines as well. Okay, now, so much good information. Let's continue. I want to pull 3 oracle cards for you as well, because I wanted to get you some divine wisdom about what you should be doing right now to get you more on your path, to get you more in alignment, to get you moving in the right direction. And I feel so many strong messages coming in here from this reading, and so many particulars. So let's see where we can start with you. I would like to start with our Divine Feminine deck for you, just to pull some divine feminine energy. And this is like an inspiration. This is the attributes you already have. This something that you already have to lean into, that will help you cultivate this relationship, that will help you cultivate being the woman of your dreams, the woman you want to be. Okay. Hi, Lilith. Lilith. The first woman, I am the voice of my body and soul. I choose the life that I desire to live. I love that. I am the voice of my body and soul. I choose the life that I desire to live. Now, you don't actually see anything here, but YouTube is funny sometimes, so I'm going to put our crystal over her chest, just in case, so we don't get censored. What really stands out to me about the Lilith card is the word choice as well, and voice, that you have a voice and a presence, and that feeling that we've been talking about getting uncomfortable, getting, putting yourself in spaces that do make you afraid. And that you get to choose the life that you desire to live. And that, is that powerful. So powerful. Are you choosing right now the life that you desire to live? Are you choosing a path right now that leads you to where you want to be? I will leave you with that. That feels like a very important thing that has come up at this moment. Looking for some more divine guidance and wisdom. Anything that I'm feeling this back card. Compassion. You're being asked to be kinder to yourself, to give yourself a break. Instead of being a taskmaster, a bully, and a horrible friend, be a loving comforter who always has your back. Choose you. Be on your own side. Be your champion. Champion yourself. Be compassionate. Be loving towards yourself. Understand where you have come from. And when you take this look back, I didn't feel this before. Remember, we were talking about the blocks that might be coming up, and we're coming back to the Three of Wands here for the two of you, but also your guides brought up the Three of Wands. This is interesting because it makes me feel like perhaps there is a part of you also, as you are looking back, that you will blame yourself. It's not just that you might be afraid of stepping into something again, or that might come up as a, oh, I could get hurt again feeling. It's that you might get to a space where you're looking back, and that looking back, instead of looking at the successes, the success that you've had, the bravery you've embodied, what you have done and accomplished and been, is starting to blame yourself for some things. And if there is anything you need to forgive yourself for, I invite you to ask that in now, to do that today, now. Have a conversation. Let that happen. Light a candle for yourself. Take a bath for yourself. Just touch your hands to your heart. You don't have to make a big thing of it. It can be 2 seconds. You're worthy of your own forgiveness, and you're worthy of championing yourself. You're an incredible human being. We continue. All right, so our last oracle card is an ancestor and angel card. So let's see what we have here. Drum, dream and journey. I love this. Drum, dream and journey. Let your mind go. I would put on some drum music. Go on Spotify, check out some drumming music. Let yourself, walk around. You can take an actual walk, or you can just pace around your floor and let yourself dream a little bit. Let yourself journey into all of this, everything that's just come up. Drum it out. If there's a drum emoji, let's drop the drum emoji down below. There has to be a drum emoji. I am going in all faith and confidence to say we don't have to give a secondary emoji, because there must be a drum emoji. And if there wasn't, then any musical instrument, but I'm going to say the drum. We're dropping the drum below. I want you to open up your hands. Thank you. I know we've got a little bit of noise coming through, and I always say outside sounds amplify the message. I really am lifting this up. There is so much here. If you can watch this again, do take notes. If you have time, the energy to process, but start to take action now. I'm sending you so much love. I'm sending you so much light. And I'm going to see your precious self again very soon. Mwah. Mia.